Hi. I'm in the middle of so many books. I just realized I was fixing my bookshelf with my library books, and I'm in the middle of somebody. Anyways, that is not what this video is. Welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're a new viewer, hello, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Hi. So, ignore the messy background. It still isn't the way I want it. But, I mean, those totes have to stay there. I'm going to move these bags and try and find a place for them. Yeah. And over here is going to be clean. We're working on it, okay? Lately, I've been working on my writing much more than my reading. But I did manage to read some books last month. So, this is my reading wrap-up for January. I don't know how many I read. We will see. But, I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I'm just loving audiobooks right now. If you saw, I think it was the last video I posted about Audible Plus, I've been really enjoying it. So, we're going to go over the books I read in January. Yes, I do consider audiobooks as reading. There's the big debate about it, but I mean, you're consuming the story, so it's reading. Anyways, grab a cup of coffee, cup of tea, maybe something to do like crochet or knitting. Why did I put on YouTube? I'm looking at my phone. I just put on YouTube because I'm so used to putting YouTube on. I'm kind of all over. Oh, I forgot my drink. Well, wonderful. Let's hope we can get this done. So, I'm going to go to Google Docs, to my spreadsheet. I did make a spreadsheet up based on another YouTuber spreadsheet. I forget who it was. If I remember, I will link them below. I'm not going to show it because I don't remember who created it. And I'm not going to take credit for it, you know. But I changed a bit of it to what I wanted, but most of it is hers. I believe she was a her. I don't remember which booktuber I got, but it was someone I'm subscribed to. It's not Cawpile. My eye is all itchy. It's not Cawpile by G at Book Roast, because usually I do her spreadsheet. I didn't do that this year. I did someone else's. Where is copy of reading spreadsheet? That's what I need. Okay. Here we go. So I don't know why, but it doesn't. Okay, they have different categories, and one of them is options. And I'm using the options spreadsheet more, but it doesn't calculate into the stats. I don't know why. I'm going to have to watch her video again and see if I can figure out how to do that. But I read 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books, I think. Where does it say what month I read them in? Does it say what month I read them in? Okay. January. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books in January. Okay. So, I'm just scrolling here. The first book I read in 2025 was My Salty Mary. I feel like I've done this video. Is that weird? Have I done this video? Maybe I've done this video already. Hang on, let me check. Okay, I'm going nuts, I swear. I swear I've done this video. Maybe I recorded it and never published it. I don't know. It's not on my YouTube channel, so we're going to roll with it. So, I got to go back to my Google Docs, because this whole thing's a mess. Welcome to my world, you know, like, this is normal for me. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so, because that would be great. I would love that if you joined me in all this chaos. Yeah, and like this video if you enjoy it. I mean, if you don't enjoy it, don't put a thumbs down. I really don't like it when people put thumbs down. Just click off the video if you don't enjoy it. Yeah, it's easy. Anyways, why isn't my phone working? Okay, Google Docs. Hang on. We have to do this again. Copy of reading spreadsheets. Okay, so I read 10 books in January. The first book I read in 2025, like I said, is My Salty Mary. This is a book by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. This was, I believe I gave it 5 stars. Hang on, I'm just scrolling on my phone. I gave it 5 stars. I'm not basing my star rating on anything other than my enjoyment. Usually I use cop-out, like I said. This time I'm just doing it by enjoyment. If I really enjoyed the book, it's going to be 5 stars. And I rarely give a book below a 3 anyways. My Salty Mary is I'll put the pictures up here. It is a historical fiction, fantasy, comedy, humor book. It is hilarious. It is written by 3 authors, and they bring so much humor into it. They always apologize in the beginning of the books on how they changed history to fit the fantasy world. It's so much fun. So, My Salty Mary, these authors started as writing the Lady Janie's books, which were a trilogy of famous Janes. So the first one was Jane Grey, then there was Jane Austen. No, not Jane Austen, Jane Eyre. So we used a bookish character for that. And then there was, which I really enjoyed that book. That book was called My Plain Jane. My eyes. I'm sorry if that grosses you out. My eye is really itchy. My Plain Jane. And I think that's probably my favorite out of the 3. In that series about Jane Eyre, that was really fun. And then the third one was My Calamity Jane. And now they're writing Mary books. So the first one was My Contrary Mary, I think. And then the second one was, or was the second one My Contrary Mary? I forget. This is the third one, I think. I'm not sure. I'll put a little disclaimer up here what it is. But it is My Salty Mary. And it was about the first woman pirate. I forget her name. Obviously, her name is Mary, but I don't remember her last name. And then paired with a Little Mermaid retelling, because the Little Mermaid is Mary. It is the cutest book. It is hilarious. There's a lot of fantasy in it. Again, mermaids play a big part. There's a romance that was top-notch. I love the romance. There's pirates. It's just, I can't recommend that series enough. I think that one was probably my favorite out of the Marys. How come I can't think of who the second Mary is? Or the third Mary. My Contrary Mary. Nope, can't remember it. But I'll put the picture up here. That's the other Mary. Right there. Right there. Okay. I love this series. I'm excited to see what they do next, because I'm thinking that they're just doing a trilogy. So I'm excited to see who they do next. I'm really enjoying it. My eye is so itchy. Oh my gosh. Next, I read A Sinister Revenge, which is a book. Yeah, it's a book. So I listened to My Salty Mary, by the way, on audio. A Sinister Revenge is part of the Veronica Speedwell series. I forget which book this is. It might be the 5th or 6th. Again, I'll put it here. That's something I have to add on to my spreadsheet, I think, is what book in the series it is. Anyways, that's a tomorrow Cheryl's problem. A Sinister Revenge is part of the Veronica Speedwell series, and I love that series, especially on audio. So this is about a historical mystery. It is about Veronica Speedwell, who is a lepidopterist. I don't know. I can't say that word. It's a butterfly scientist, okay? And in the first book, she gets, which is called A Curious Beginning, and in that book, she gets taken away, rescued by this man who ends up getting murdered. And in the meanwhile, this man that got murdered, before he got murdered, obviously, I'm terrible at explaining things. Before he got murdered, he handed her off to another man named Stoker. And Stoker is to protect her, but they don't know what from yet. And then the guy gets murdered, okay? So the whole thing is about them finding out why this guy was murdered. And it starts a whole series of Veronica Speedwell books. I think there's 9 or 10 in the series now. And it starts the whole series of them doing investigative things to solve murders. And it's lovely. It's funny. There's a romance. It's cute. There is some spice. I know that there's different spice levels for different people, which I totally respect. There is some spice, I have to say, from book 3 on in each book, but it's not a lot. It's not as graphic as some books are. But it's basically a cozy mystery with a little bit of spice. So, just, caveat there. There is a bit of spice in the books. Not in the first 2 books, I think, but after that, when the relationship starts, there's a bit of spice. It is a slow burn romance. And I love Stoker. He's the best book boyfriend I've ever had. Anyways, yeah, I really recommend it. Each book is a different mystery, but there is an overarching plot line that goes throughout the whole series. So you kind of have to start at the beginning to understand each book. So, yeah. I gave it... What did I give it? 5 stars. Because why not? I listened to the audiobook. The audiobooks are really good. Next, we have Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. This is a book that I have started before, and I didn't finish it because of the spice level, because it is based on a one-night stand that turns into a relationship. I don't like one-night stands. I don't enjoy reading them. I don't like one-night stands in real life, and I just wanted it different. But I did push through it, and I did really enjoy it. I gave it 5 stars because Abby Jimenez has a way of putting her romances in a realistic way, in a way that is emotional. I get quite emotional reading her books, and I relate to a lot of the characters she portrays. So I would recommend Abby Jimenez, just like everyone else is recommending. I have to plug in... Oh, my nose is itchy now. My computer. Hang on. I use my laptop, and I just have to plug it in. Okay. So, yeah. I gave it 5 stars. It was very emotional. It was beautiful. Again, it does have the start of a casual one-night stand, and what I liked about it, too, is it is an older woman and younger man, which I really liked. Also, there is depiction of abuse, and it is emotional abuse, and it really hit me hard here. And mental abuse, it was really well done, I thought. And there's toxic parenting in this book, so if that bothers you, and the abuse is from an ex-spouse who treats her bad. And I just love this book. It was so good. So, I mean, you could call the parenting as abuse as well. I would, because they are toxic parents. Just saying. But the growth of the characters were so beautiful. The relationship was well done. I thought that it was beautiful. I love what was his name? Josh? It started with a J. Anyways, he was amazing. He understood. He dealt with the main character. It was really good. So I read them out of order. They are interconnected standalones. This is the large print edition, but I'm currently reading Just for the Summer, which I should finish. I'm hoping to finish today, but I have a lot to read in that. So I am currently reading that, and I did read Yours Truly last year. So I read them out of order. I did know the basic story of Part of Your World, so when the characters from that book popped up in yours truly. I saw it. I recognized it. It's no big deal. But anyways, if you want to see the progression of the couples popping up in each other's books, start with Part of Your World, then yours truly, and then Just for the Summer. And Abby Jimenez has a new book coming out this year. I'm so excited. Who is, I found out, is a side character in this book, which I've already met, so I'm interested in her story. So, okay, we've already been talking for 15 minutes. What are you doing? You're talking to me too much. I know. Okay, I just talk a lot, okay? And when I talk about books, I can go on forever. My roommate can, vouch for that, because we talk about the books we've read, once or twice a week. And she's a reader. I love that. And, I go on and on about books, and I feel like sometimes I talk way too much, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm leaving you alone now. Anyways, okay. Next, I gave that 5 stars, by the way, and it was an audiobook. Again, I listened to a lot of audiobooks this year. I think this year I'm going to listen to a lot of audiobooks. Last year, it was kind of half and half between audiobooks and physical books. We will see. Next, I read A Cozy Booked for Murder by P.J. Nelson. Honestly, I don't remember this book. It says it was written in 2024, published in 2024, and I gave it 4 stars. I honestly don't remember it. It is a cozy mystery. That's all I remember. I think it took place in a library, if I remember correctly. I'm not even sure. I have nothing to say. I gave it 4 stars, so I must have enjoyed it. I don't remember. Hang on. Let me look it up. Here, we'll do it together. Okay, hang on. We're looking it up. Seems like this title, Booked for Murder, is another book that I read as well. Seems to be a popular title. Yeah, there's another book by R.J. Blaine. Is that who I said? I can't remember. No, P.J. Nelson is what I said. P.J. There we go. P.J. Nelson. This is part of the Old Juniper Bookshop mystery. Let's see if I can remember this book. Let's see. Alright. Ooh, P.J. Nelson is the pseudonym of an award-winning actor. Ooh, fun. Okay, Booked for Murder. This looks like it's a book 1. No, okay. Madeline Brindley returns to a small-town Georgia bookstop she inherited, discovering that small towns hold deadly secrets. Oh, right. Okay. I'm just reading it. Hang on. Right. Okay. So we follow Madeline Brindley, and she has left her small town in Georgia, and she returns after many years of pursuing her dreams on stage. Right. I remember that. I'm getting there. I'm remembering. And her aunt Rose passed away and left her her bookshop, and so she goes back. Her acting has kind of failed. She's not an actor anymore. I mean, she's not anymore is what I'm saying. She goes back to the small town of Enigma and to restart her life. And then that gazebo is burned down, and there's some murders, and gets threats. Somehow I'm thinking this is witchy, but maybe not. It doesn't give much overview of what it's about. It just says she comes back. I don't know. I honestly don't remember it. It's probably 3-star because I don't remember it. I'm so sorry. If you're interested in a bookstore type cozy, you might want to try it. again, that's Booked for Murder by P.J. Nelson. I mean, I did enjoy it. I listened to it quickly, and I remember really enjoying the character of Madeline, or Madeline, I can't remember. I listened to audio, and I did enjoy that. I remember what I didn't like, is I couldn't tell who the romantic interest was going to be, because if you read Cozy Mysteries a lot, you know that many times they have a romantic interest, and there were like 3 or 4 guys, and I don't know which one is the actual love interest, and it kind of bugged me. Not gonna lie, it kind of bugged me, because it felt like everyone was in love with her, and I just didn't like that. But anyways, I gave it 4 stars. It's probably more like a 3-star now. I do rate my books as soon as I finish reading them, so sometimes I change it. That's that. Okay. Let's go back to the spreadsheet. I am so sorry I didn't remember that book. Next, I read The Grandest Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is part of the... What did I give it? Right, this is why we have spreadsheets, because I can't remember anything. This is part of the, it's a spin-off of the Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I really enjoyed it. I read this physically. I think it was the atmosphere, because I read the last half of the book in a coffee shop, and I sat in this little corner. It was the best vibes. It was the best. And I had a coffee, I had a protein shake is what I had. Yeah. And I just read it. It was quiet. There wasn't anybody talking. The music was quiet. I was in a little dark alcove. It was immaculate. Like, the best. Anyways, the book itself. Let's talk about the book. So the book follows it follows the Inheritance Game series, which has Avery Grams, who is a young girl, a teenager. Is she a teenager? I think she is. And she's taken out of school and told that she has inherited a whole bunch of money, like billions of money. So she goes to claim it. She has no idea who this guy that died is. She has no idea whatsoever. And the whole trilogy is about her and the guy that died's 4 grandsons. And they are trying to figure out why Avery has inherited all this money and who she is to this man. And it's a fun series. It's really fun. There's lots of puzzles and a mystery. There's deaths. There's a love interest. I have to say there is a kind of love triangle between 2 of the brothers and her for the first book. And I don't mind love triangles. I'm not set against them, but I know a lot of people are. The next book, the second book, at the end of the first book and beginning of the second book, she has chosen the person she's going to be with. So, don't worry. The love triangle works out to be just one guy that she picks, one of the brothers. So, this is a spin-off of that after all the things that happened in the Inheritance Games trilogy. And we meet some returning characters from that series, which was fun. We also meet some new characters. And in this one, Avery and the boys have put together another big inheritance game, basically. A competition where it happens once a year. This is taking place like 5 or 6 years after the inheritance games. And in that, since the ending of Inheritance Games, they have started a bunch of games where you get competitions, where it has puzzles and things like that, where the person who wins a whole bunch of money. So, in this book, we're following a bunch of characters as they go on this journey. Now, there is some reveals to do with characters that have been returned from the Inheritance Games series. There's been some reveals as far as a lot of the characters. Like, I was reading it and I was like, oh, okay, because there were some characters that came back and I'm like, wow, I remember that person. I don't remember names as far as when I'm reviewing, but when I'm reading a book, I will remember a character from like 10 books ago as soon as they say her name. I don't know why. I can never remember them when I'm reviewing them. The fact that I remember Avery is amazing. Now watch me get it wrong. But anyways, I gave it 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. It's very fast-paced. There's a lot. I mean, I wouldn't say it's fast-paced. It's more slowly paced, but it's like equal. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't go from like 5 to 100 in like real fast, but it's equal. It's an equal pace. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. How are you doing? Did you drink your water today? Because that's very important. I haven't. So don't take me at my word. I do have a cup of iced coffee over there that I need to drink. I will be drinking water. No, I did have some water today. Oh, I'm proud of myself. I had some water. Okay. I did drink a glass of water. Okay. We're fine. Next, we have the Van Gogh. Is that how you pronounce his name? The Van Gogh? The Van Gogh. I don't know. The Van Gogh. Van Gogh. That's how you pronounce it, right? The painter. The Van Gogh Deception by Darren R. Hicks. This is what started my Audible Plus obsession, because there's a bunch of children's books on there, like middle grades, that are mysteries. I love them. I don't know why I relate to kids so much. It's ridiculous. I'm 47 years old. I shouldn't relate to kids so much. But I do. And I loved this. This was a book about a young boy. Can't remember his name. But in the beginning, he has amnesia. And it's the kind of amnesia, there's a name for it, but the kind of amnesia that will come back. Like his memory will come back. And meanwhile, they don't know who he is or where he came from. He just appeared at a museum, the Museum of Arts in some place in the United States. I don't know the United States very well. New York? Let's just say New York. I don't know where, somewhere. And he's there in front of a Van Gogh painting. And they find him and they take, the janitor or whatever finds him and takes him to the police, and the police ask him, who are you, where are you from, and he doesn't know. So he gets put in a foster family with a little girl, is his foster sister, and she is hilarious. I love them. And together they try to figure out who he is, where he's from, and ensues on this big mystery that is fun. It is fun, and there's definitely danger in it. It's not dark. It is a children's book, but it's fun. I really enjoyed it. And I gave it, what did I give it? 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done. Again, it was an audiobook. And yeah. Next, I'm just looking at my phone. I listened to 2 more of the middle grade mysteries, and they were The Case of the Missing Moonstone and The Case of the Counterfeit Criminals, which are book 1 and book 3 of the Wollstonecraft mysteries. This follows 11-year-old Mary Shelley, famous author of Frankenstein, and Ada Lovelace, who is Lord Byron's daughter and considered the first woman computer genius of ever. And it's them as kids, and in this world they are the same age. I think Mary Shelley is like 3 years older in the book. I'm not sure, but in real life, they're like stop texting me. In real life, they're like 13 or 8 years apart or whatever, but in this world, they're closer to age. And it is about them forming a detective agency and solving mysteries. And it was fun. It was really fun. The author who's the author? Jordan Stratford. And they did a really good job of blending historical facts into it and, fudging some of it. And it was a lot of fun. And in the back, there is a section where the author talks about who Mary Lovelace and not Mary, Ada Lovelace and Mary Shelley were. It also has Percy Shelley in there, and Mary Wollstonecraft, is that her name? I can't remember. Who is Mary Shelley's mom? Is that right? I don't remember. But anyways, it's all about them. So in the back there is, as I was saying, I got out of my mind's not working. So in the back the author does talk about the things that they kind of fudged up, messed with, had fun with, and changed, and then they have a bit of biographies of all the characters that were in real life. It is fun. It's a fun series, and I read book 1 and book 3 by audio because I was getting book 2 from the library in physical form, and so I wanted to read another one, so I listened to book 3. They are different mysteries in each one, but they build on each other, so I was a little, not confused, but I was a little like, I knew what was going to happen in book 2 because I read book 3, you know what I mean? But I still really enjoyed it, and I did read book 2 and book 4 in February, so I will do that in my wrap-up. Let's see, I think that's all I read. No, I read more in January. So then I read Shady Hollow by Juno Black. I am currently reading the second book by Physical. This is a series about woodland creatures solving murders. It is cozy, it is fun, it's a mystery. If you can get over like foxes and bears being in the same, being in a relationship, and if you can get over animals talking, it is a fun series. It is really fun. The mysteries are really good. It's just fun. It's fun. So the first book was Shady Hollow, and that's just the first mystery. We follow Vera Vixen, who is a fox, and they find a beaver, I believe. Was it a beaver? I think it was a beaver, dead at the lake, and she's a reporter. Vera is a reporter, and she digs into it and tries to solve the murder, and it was fun. I love this series. Again, I tend to think of the creatures as real people because when I think too hard on the fact that they're creatures, they are animals, it kind of bugs me. But I did enjoy it, and I believe I gave 5 stars. I think I did. Hang on. I gave it... Oh no, I gave it 4 stars. 1, 2... Wait a second. No, I gave it 5 stars. I'm just looking at the wrong one here. And then the last book I read in January was Miss Austen. No, I don't have it here. I brought it back to the library already. Miss Austen, I read this physically. I listened to Shady Hollow. No, I read Shady Hollow physically. And then I read Miss Austen physically. This is by... Who's it by? Jill Hornby. I really enjoyed this book. This is a book about Jane Austen. And it's... okay, let's get this right. It's not about Jane Austen. It's about Cassie Austen. My mind just went blank. It's about her sister Cassandra Austen. And I really enjoyed this book. It is a fictional take on Cassie's life. It does have Jane Austen in the book. Of course, Jane and Cassie were very close, according to public records and letters they sent each other. And in real life, Cassie burned a lot of Jane Austen's letters after Jane Austen died. And in this, we don't know why. We don't know what was in those letters. We suspect it has something to do with Cassie not wanting certain things known about her family or something. In this book, Jill Hornby takes it and runs with it, and we have an answer to why the letters were burned. And it was a really good book. It is written beautifully. It's very much literature, lit fic. it is, again, based on real life. So there are a lot of facts in the book, but then again, it's been fudged and messed up a bit. Not messed up in a bad way. I don't mean that in a bad way, but just changed a bit to make the story interesting. And I really loved it. I thought it was really great. I look forward to reading more of Jill Hornby. And I gave that one 4 stars because I don't know why I gave it 4 stars, because I still think about that book. I think it was because near the end it felt kind of, it's not a long book, but near the end it felt long. It felt like it was dragged out, and I felt like it could have ended earlier. Like, it just kept going on and on. But anyways, I really enjoyed it. If you like reading beautiful words and you have an obsession with learning about Jane Austen and Cassie Austen, kind of like I do, my computer is not doing well. I gotta go. Thank you for watching. I gotta buy new cords so that it works when I... Okay. Have a great day. God bless you, know I do. And, yeah, have a great day, guys. Bye. Hi. I'm back. If you didn't click off already, I am so sorry. My computer is doing weird things and it's not charging, and it's charging right now, so hopefully it's working. I'm so sorry about that. But thank you for watching. That was the last review I had, and so I read 10 books, I believe, in January, and I really enjoyed them. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review, and have a great day or night wherever you are, and God bless. Bye, guys.